Here's Cameron Wild, they, them, and they do it all in the best possible taste.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Sony PlayStation are the dumbest video game company as of today. They truly are. But I wanted to give you a reaction, folks, to this trailer right here. Stellar Blade, Nier Automata, DLC and updates for PlayStation 5. And it's in 4K, so I wonder if there's any censored female body stuff going on here. You can tell I've not seen this trailer yet, so let's see what the mature 17 plus ESRB trailer looks like. Ooh. Let's bring this down. Oh, wow. I want to see some flesh. Why are we watching this for? Well, I'm digging the ample cleavage right there, so that gets my vote straight away. She looks nice in civilian clothes. Yeah, the soundtrack sounds good. And Miss Automata? Oh, so you get to play as her in the world. That's what I'm guessing. You get to choose to be one or the other. Well, that was exciting, I suppose. Nice. I think the photo mode was the best. I mean, yeah, man. Woo! Oh my God. Even tight jeans and an even tighter t-shirt just gets my pulse racing through the course of my body. But of course now, folks, we have to talk about something else today after the opening titles.
Look at him, he's heading for that small moon.
That's no moon.
Jason King came here to motorboat fun bags and kick ass, and he's all out of titties.
So I've been offline for 24 hours and already this week is turning into an absolute cavalcade of disaster for Ubisoft and Sweet Baby Stink. It's hilarious that I just can't. I was going to shoot another video about something else entirely different, but I'm going to have to shoehorn that for tomorrow. Hopefully by the time that comes out. But honestly, this news today is rather exciting. That part. Sweet Baby Inc. employee who's called Cameron Wild because they're so a party animal? I have no idea. But they're a current employee, maybe an X1 at this point, since Square Enix have cut ties with Sweet Baby Stink. Isn't that wonderful? Who claims to be non-binary. How so, dude? Because you're either very androgynous or you're very manly and no one can actually tell. He kind of looks like a very bad version of Mrs. Brown's Boys from the BBC. If you kind of look closely and, oh, that mafia nose ring symbol right there says everything you want to hear and see. Who claims to be that, admitted that his goal, so this is that part play saying that, it's his goal, not they, them goals, burning the games industry to the ground. And yet, you get morons like David Jaffe who say, Sweet Baby Inc. are doing a really good job. The same David Jaffe, by the way, who found God of War Ragnarok boring. Okay, he said that. I couldn't get past certain parts because I was getting bored and I wanted to move on.
People are like, she shouldn't be black and whatever. You think Corey's was fighting with Scott Rhodey and Herman Hulse going, that is not our fucking vision. He's like, nope, Sweet Baby said, put this in. Come on, man.
But let's watch this video because, oh, there's a slide called Cool, so why am I here? In fact, why don't we go over to the video right now and have a look? Ugh, 28 minutes of absolute... Oh, it's Cameron. Oh, come on, man. Why are they calling him Cameron? It says Cameron. Look at that. Oh, come on. That part place, you can do better and check, name check, folks. Come on. It's Cameron. A very masculine name.
Isn't to say that you ever really learn anything, but it's been helpful as I've started to really navigate through the games industry. Because the stories we tell each other are way more than entertainment.
Well, I'll give Cameron this much. At least he's wearing lip gloss to keep those bits and pieces from drying up in front of your camera. I should know. I wear it myself. Well, the Jerry Tribbiani one from Body Shop. So when you kiss a girl, she can taste your cherry lips.
They're how we create, debate, and preserve our collective values and beliefs. And we can and should make better, more expansive, more representational content.
Why should we do, Cameron, why should we do that, dude? There's no point in putting this narrative forward. Nobody wants this. You look, I watched a film called Zaitochi, which is from a few years ago. I think it's Miike Takashi. I think that's the guy who directed it. But seriously, when you watch that film, there is a character in it who likes to dress up in women's clothing as an art of disguise, right? And then towards the end of the film, he accepts that he likes to wear those. And that's a very subtle way of introducing that kind of agenda into it without ramming it down your throat. So if the Japanese made a film like that, which is so masculine in its nature, but look at the, it's a cool film. It's really good.
Cool, but why am I here? Well,
I don't know. Why are you here, dude?
All game devs.
Or dudette.
Color, even. And I think a lot of us, given our shared experiences, have seen how limited in scope and imagination entertainment can be.
Oh my God, yeah. But this is the same idiot, by the way, who talks about Blazing Saddles and how Mel Brooks brought in black writers to make sure that all the black dialogue was at the expense of the supremacist whiteists in the film and maybe the general audience. So in which case then, should I continue to watch Crime Traveler, or is that too white for my non-white sensibilities? And I really like you two. You're such a lovely couple of awesome Caucasian characters. Jesus Christ. Where does this guy come off from, man? Jeez. That horrible... Oh, the green logo you should fear, folks. That piece of shit down there. Death of the Edgelord. When the black critics come out with savage think pieces about Django, I couldn't have cared less. If people don't like my movies, they don't like my movies. And if they don't get it, it doesn't matter. I guess that's Quentin Tarantino saying that. People have a problem with QT. I don't. I've watched all of his films. He's a great man. He really is. And he's definitely not racist. If he was, why would Samuel L. Jackson keep returning to play different roles in these movies?
That is just the reality of working in a creative system that prioritizes capital over telling stories.
Oh, narrative versus story. Hey, Leo, my man. Text and tropes. Every genre has a history, a collection of references and narrative structures that make it what it is. Django claims to be a Western and a blaxploitation film, but fails at both. What now, Cameron Wilde? Are you an esteemed film critic? Or, like Denzel Washington, do you have a bugbear about Quentin Tarantino being a racist?
Structures that make it what it is. That's why a space opera feels like a space opera. Because there are bits and pieces that resonate with our understanding of genre convention. Django claims to be a Western and a blaxploitation film, but doesn't really succeed at either. Django fails to fulfill the role of a hero, or even a tortured hero. What's ignored is that it's also a really solid Western.
Let me have a thought.
It features the classic love story between a lone
and again
and his sidekick, but where historically the casting would have been reversed. In Blazing Saddles, Gene Wilder's character is playing support class perfectly.
This guy does not know how to enunciate. He's obviously confused about his identity because when he woke up in the morning, like Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis, hey, I think I'm a woman today. And then tomorrow, I would like to grow a moustache and a manly samurai beard, but guess what? I don't have the genes to do that. I'm lacking so much testosterone right now. Ugh. Let's just get to the end of this. Power. What's about power? Well, tell me about power. The road ahead, we prioritize harm reduction if you need to. Good things will fail. Even really? What good things are these, I wonder? When genre is defined so much by feeling, by gut, by emotional resonance, we often know what's right, but we need to explain it to those who might not and who might not trust us. Well, nobody trusts Sweet Baby Inc. Square Enix is definite proof of that. But having a framework is helpful. My reading, folks, is way more engaging than this simpleton, Mrs. Cameron Wild, right here.
But having a framework for my approach has been really helpful. And that's what...
Okay, lip gloss man, we understand what you're saying. In good genre, the identity of your characters, specifically your heroes, must define their challenges in the narrative, but also define their triumphs. Is this dude trying to tell Hollywood screenwriters how to formulate a heroic story with your heroic character? You must be kidding me, right? So the identity, are they white? Are they culturally misappropriating other cultures within their story? I mean, how... Good genre must consider its relationship to power. No, it must not. This guy's an absolute fool. You should be working at McDonald's. You really need to be. Look at that, folks. We want a safer world. We want cooler stories. And even worse, because that bloody thing keeps staring at me down there. Burning the games industry to the ground. Your Honor, I have nothing further to say. Except I keep twitching my head like George Clooney. Yep, that insufferable woman, Amanda Waller from the Suicide Squad film. And that's whose face this simpleton right here wants to use to make a point. No, you're just actually reinforcing the fact that you're absolutely simplistic beyond belief. Which brings me nicely to this TikTok video from John Paul King 407.
Usually when somebody say they spitting facts, they spitting opinions, but this dude is spitting facts. No, this is an opinion too, Kel. No, it's facts. Check it out.
Come on, boys, let's get on with it.
This Popeye location on McCoy in Orlando, Florida, had all black employees. I say the road. All black employees for years. You come here, you knew the order was gonna be fucked up. The food mediocre, lukewarm. The attitude at the little drive-thru was gonna be shitty. You knew all this stuff when you came here, so you had to come and you had to prepare yourself. Well, one day I came in here and all the black, my complexion people was gone. And it was replaced by all Spanish people. Now usually, I say, oh, my people losing their job. But in this instance, right, this McCoy location in Orlando, Florida, replaced all them black employees. They replaced all the black employees at this location with Spanish employees. And now it's some of the best customer service I've ever received. I said, do you have any black attendants? She said, no, but we'll make some. You know what them black employees used to tell us when we would come in here and say, hey, you out of this? Well, that's it for today. So salute to Popeyes for firing all the people that didn't want to work and hired some hard-working Spanish folks that are busting their ass in here to do a job, and they actually look the part of the job. And I've been coming to this location for 10 years.
I like this guy. He's good. And that's a very good point, because whenever I go into my Universal Credit Center, obviously I can't go there at the moment because I'm temporarily immobile. All I just see is a sea of black folks there. And some of them do their jobs, but the minute I walk through the door, I'm greeted by a black member of security who automatically thinks I'm a criminal. It's like, yeah, what do you want? I'm here for my appointment. We'll go over there. It's all very structured, all very false. I don't know why so many job centers in London are very diverse. And when I see a white person, I almost fall off my seat in absolute shock. So the fact this gentleman right here, John Paul King 407, highlights the fact Popeyes, which by the way is a pretty good outlet, we've got one in Croydon for some bizarre reason, had an entire staff of black folks for who couldn't do their job in all that time. And why do I relate this to Sweet Baby Inc? Again, it all ties in because Sweet Baby Inc want to push this false narrative that we've got to have representation in video games. Yet you had that fool Cameron Wild going off the reservation by highlighting Quentin Tarantino and Mel Brooks as if it's some sort of bastion to support your very weak narrative about representation in films. I mean, Shoot Me Gatwa from Doctor Who, obviously born in Generation Zero, even made that false claim that we need to have more representation in films and television, and yet he's getting his dumb ass fired off Doctor Who. Never ever to be renewed, I hope. They need to get rid of Russell T Davies from that show as well and go back to what made it great in the first place. You know, when 2005 came along and Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper stepped into their roles and how fantastic and riveting that show was back then obviously saw a steep decline over the years. But this guy spits the truth, as the Hodge twins said in their reaction to this video, that again, you bring in hardworking Spanish people who actually want to work, who've got a passion, who want to give customers what they want, not rude to them. Because again, folks, when you talk about black on black crime, it's not necessarily pulling out a gun or a knife. It's about, well, hey, I'm just going to give you some verbal abuse today because I'm going to look down at you because you're some distant cousin of mine that I don't really care about. That's what it all boils down to at the end of the day, folks. If you enjoyed this video today, and yes, I'm propping up the mic. This is kind of like a problem I have at the moment with this thing. Now you're staying still. Okay, whatever. If you enjoyed this video today, make sure you like it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if I were you, and if you were me, share the video because it lets the algorithm know I'm out and about like the incredible new Shmoo. And I'll see you, see me, for the return of the next video.
To Dallas, my blues provide my palace. And off to New Orleans or who knows where. Places new and ladies too. I'm BJ McKay and this is my best friend.